Surami is a small town in Georgia's Shida Kartli region with the population of 8,615. It is a popular mountain climatic resort and a home to a medieval fortress. Location: Surami is located on the southern slopes of the Liki Range, which divides Georgia into its eastern and western parts. 4 km from the town Kashiri, to which Surami is connected through a railway spur. History: the first human settlement on Surami's territory dates back to the early Bronze Age. It is probably the Shurium of classical authors, specifically Pliny the Elder, who place it in the eastern part of Colchis, towards Iberia, strategically located at the entrance into the Bohemia Gorge and guarding the road from eastern to western Georgia. Surami became a heavily fortified town in the 12th century. For the 1170s to the latter part of the 14th century, the fortress of Surami was a hereditary fief of the dynasty of the Eristavs of Kartli, who assumed the surname of Suramili. Subsequently, Surami declined but retained its lively trading post as well as the fortress, which was reconstructed in the 16th and 17th centuries. By the mid-18th century, according to Prince Vakashti, Surami had 200 households of Georgians, Armenians and Jews. In the 1740s, Surami was used by Prince Kiviamilak Veri as his base against King Timuraz II and Persians. After the prince's surrender in 1745, the fortress was demolished, but later restored and exploited by the Russo-Georgian troops in anti-Ottoman operations during the Russo-Turkish War. After the Russian annexation of Georgia in 1801, Surami housed a military post and was later popularized as a mountain climatic resort. In 1926, it acquired the status of urban-type settlement. Monuments and attractions: Surami is adjacent to the Bohemia Karagali National Park, noted for its diverse landscapes and abundance of historical monuments. The town itself houses the Mother of God church complex constructed in the 16th–17th century, the 17th–19th century St. George's Church and the Kaviratskavali Church built in 1998. The exact date when the Surami fortress was built remains obscure. Its earliest structures possibly date to the 12th century, but it has been reconstructed several times since then. A local legend associated with the fortress was brought into classical Georgian literature by the writer Daniel Chonkadze and further famed by the Armenian filmmaker Sergei Parayanov in his award-winning feature film The Legend of Suram Fortress in 1985. The Museum of Lesya Ukrainka is dedicated to the memory of the notable Ukrainian woman poet Lesya Ukrainka, who spent her last months in Surami. The museum consists of the house where the poet died, a library in Ukrainka's monument authored by the Georgian sculptor Taimur Abakelia,